Sinabi kong energy check. Check na check. Ah. So, once again, energy check. Oh, parang mahina. One more. Energy check. Oh, nakukulangan pa ako. Check na check. Okay? Sige, ganun. One more. Energy check. Okay na. Sana mas louder mamaya, mas more energy pa po, no? So thank you so much, Doc Dory, for that very informative discussion. So, next po ay ang ating sunod na magkakaroon ng discussion ay si Doc GB, our external consultant from the Zwillig Family Foundation. Doc, thank you so much. Bigyan po natin ng mas higapong palakpakan si Doc.
Magandang umaga ulit. Ngayon, hindi ako doktor ngayon dahil budget ang pag-uusapan. Pero more as an administrator, nakaharap ko na ang different levels ng budget process. Nadaanan ko na yung buong budget ng planning, budget, execution, and monitoring. No? Yun ang buong process planning, budget, execution, monitoring. And sa gobyerno, you have to know this. And what we need to apply is how we can do it as a social sector. Kasi kadalasan, even sa national government, gumagawa ng plano ang DOH on its own, ang Commission on Population on its own, walang kausap na ibang ahensya. Looking at its own program, yung mga planong pinakita kahapon, no, yung DOH National Objectives of Health versus PPAN, Program of Action for Nutrition versus Program on Population versus Youth Development Plan. Sa national level, hindi talaga mahirap magkaroon ng opportunity na mag-usap doon. But we have the Social Development Committee, tawag na Technical Board. There are two levels kasi ng SDC sa national. Yung SDC Technical Board, parang doon pinag-uusapan yung mga kuminsan, yung mga budget, mga program, para alam ng ibang agency. Pero pag gawin mo yung plano mo at budget mo, you're on your own. Pero at least pinapaalam mo sa iba. And then may cabinet level na SDC. Yun ang chaired by the President and cabinet members. Parang sila nag-absorb ng higher level. So isipin natin na kung may ganong proseso sa national, pwede mo magkaroon ng ganong klaseng proseso sa local. Sa national kasi, yung clustering, Social Development Committee, merong economic cluster headed by the Department of Finance, merong infrastructure, yun yung tatlo actually, tatlong major sa national. So, pag nagka-submit na ng mga budget yung tatlong yon ng proposal nila, yun na yung magiging GAA. No? Pero very superficial kuminsan yung usapan nun dahil yun nga sa parang medyo tapos na yung plano nyo. But at the local government level, there is a greater opportunity na mag-usap-usap ang iba't ibang department, lalo na yung nakatutok sa social sector. So, tingnan natin how we can navigate yung social sector na binubuo natin to achieve human development sa local government. Dahil mas in a way, for me, dahil frontline service kayo, mas doon makikita yung impact ng human development. So next slide. What we want to know is, ano yung policies that govern, no? Yung budget process na to, lalo na in funding health and other social sectors. after knowing the policies na dapat ma-cover ng mga plano, ano yung mga sources ng funding? No? Kasi kuminsan, ang sasabihin lang yan ng budget officer, o eto ang nag-uusap ang finance committee, ito budget mo for next year, additional, ano ba, by inflation, kayo, no? 2%, 3%, every year additional. So, kami rin ganun. Next year, dadagdagan namin kayo ng 1 or 2%. So, parang mahirap mag-isip out of the box to do a project na gusto mong mangyari kung hindi ka magsakripisyo ng programa within your budget. Tapos sasabihin mo, etong gusto kong gawin this year, diyan ka sa kung ano yung walang budget officer din. Ang tawag nila rin doon, bahay. Tama ba? Ginagamit pa sa inyo yung term. Yung bahay mo, yung budget mo for the year. Hindi ka pwedeng lumabas doon. Yung ibang department, may sariling bahay. Hindi ka pwedeng pumasok doon. Diba? So, ang tawag doon, nakasilo. Siloed ang ka. So, you'll understand ano yung mga sources na yun. At paano ka magkaroon ng konting flexibility. And then, how to make sure na yung plano ninyo ang mababudgetan. And other ways to. Next slide. So, malinaw sa lahat, kung walang budget, salita lang yon, no? Dahil, pero for your mayors, and even for the president, or pag may sinabi sila sa SONA nila or sa inyo, anong tawag? Nagsosoma ba? SOMA, SOPA sa province. Ang idea ron, yung sasabihin ni mayor o ni governor o ng presidente, popondohan ng sanggunian. Right after the SOPA, SOMA, SONA, isasubmit ko yung budget mo, di ba? So, yun yung buong idea. Nagsisignal si governor, si mayor, at ang presidente sa eto ang gusto ko mangyari. So, kung hindi mo bigyan ng budget, walang mangyayari sa gusto ni mayor or ni governor, etc. Yun yung kahalagahan. Kung minsan nakakalimutan ng sanggunian na ito yung gusto ni mayor. Pero ang problema siguro, kung kaaway niya yung sanggunian, ano? Sa inyo bang mga lugar, anong relationship? Nakatawa si Mama. Problema ba ang sangguniang panlalawigan? Kay Go? Di ba? Ano yan? Nawalan ba siya ng... Pero sa mga munisipyo, okay kayo sa... Ito, Pandan, okay? Ano to? Caramoran, walang problema. And, ano to? Birak, walang problema. Mukhang si governor lang. But ideally, may naalala ko yung nagpunta ako sa Guimaras minsan. Alam mo, Guimaras, maliit lang na island. Smaller than Catanduanes. Pagpasok ko, walang ilaw pagpunta ko, walang ilaw yung hospital. Ano nangyari? Ayaw bayaran ng sanggunian yung electric bill. Sabi ko, matindi ang away ng governor at ng sanggunian. Ayaw bayaran yung utilities. So that it can be very bad, no? Kung walang cooperation. But still, you need to go through the budget process. And for us, sa health and human development, and particularly for the project ng LG4 Sigla, ang pinag-uusapan nating mga services related to sexual reproductive health, adolescent youth and sexual reproductive health, gender-based violence, MISP for SRH, population programs. Pero kung hindi ito funded, or madalas ang nakikita ko, kung anong budget last year, yun din ang budget this year. Tama ba? Walang pagbabago. So, napakahirap kumilos magkaroon ng initiative kuminsan. Tayo nag-uusap tayo dito ngayon sa human development eh. Nabanggit ko kahapon, ang ating human development is we can only achieve 52% kung hindi natin dagdagan yung resources for health, education, food security. And tulad ng sabi ko, yung mayor na pinakita nung day 1, instinctively alam niya, kailangan malusog, kailangan may alam para hindi maging mahirap. Di ba? Yun yung tatlong kanang mayor ng sa Zamboanga. Kaya may success siya. Ganun din kasimple ang dapat paglahat natin sa sanggunian. So, usually, anong mga gap na nakikita sa mga programa ito, no? Underfunded ang adolescent and youth health services. Okay, pwede rin gender-based violence prevention and response systems are weak. Kulang ang patakaran, kulang ang enforcement. Emergency preparedness has funding gaps. Although alam ko may, di ba sa DRRM law, you're allowed to use your funds in advance. 5% ba yun? Quick response fund. Mga 5% yun usually, di ba? O less. May siguro dito yung yung content. No? How you can add content to that card. Tapos, population data, population services. Meron din population services. No? For, ang tawag doon, demand generation. No, kaya the program is talking about family planning services. So, ang trabaho ng population office, mag-community work para gamit yung family planning services, yung unmet need na tinatawag ay ma-serve. Hindi ka nagbibigay na sa family planning doon sa ayaw ng family planning. Never. No yun. Voluntary ang family planning program. But if there is a need, ang trabaho ng population is to generate the demand for that. May iba pang services. Pwede education, pwede rin role ng population office yung pag-create ng demand to meet the unmet need, yung mga gap. And of course, maternal health, mukhang pinakita sa ating kahapon ng province. Problema ang maternal mortality. But it is not the province's problem alone. It is the problem of the whole health system. So, ang gusto natin mangyari, ma-improve ang outcomes, indicators, stronger services, few teen pregnancies, bumaba ang maternal mortality, GBV prevention and response, and emergency-ready services for your populations. Next slide. Ngayon, may dalawang klaseng funding source, no? Lalo na for human development funding. Although, it also happens sa infra. Ano yung unang source, yung sa annual budget, which is coming from NTA and local income. Diba? And of course, the relationship is parang 95% siguro NTA, 5% to 10% yung local income. Kung mas maunlad kayo, lumalaki ang local income. Kung Makati kayo, hindi na nyo pinapansin yung NTA dahil mas malaki ang local income mo. So, the annual budget is really funded by that. No? And there are two kinds of labeling sa annual budget. Yung regular appropriation, and I will go into that, and mandatory. Pag mandatory, merong requirement ng law na set aside mo. Pag regular, PS, MOE, I think, basically ganun yun, ng mga different departments. Pero kung may initiative si Mayor o kaya mga health service, o kaya MSWDO, pwede siyang magkaroon ng pondo beyond the annual budget. No? Separate funds, pera ng national government, mga partnership, yun ang kung minsan nag-aantay tayo for that, but if you are proactive, you can go out and look for that. Tulad nung sinabi ko last week, nagpunta yung governor ng Sorsogon kay Secretary Pujalte. Bagong secretary, agad. Yung governor ng Aklan, nakita ko sa Facebook, lalo, nag-iikot sa DOH. No? Ewan ko si Governor Asansa kung kailan pupunta. Makapupunta rin siya. Alam ko, dati si Governor Kua, na-meet namin ni Secretary Ona, nagpunta kay Secretary para humingi ng tulong. So, it's not unusual, no, na nangyayari yun because you need to go beyond your budget. No? Pero for the municipality, may ibang situation. Ang munisipyo is a component, a subsidiary, tama ba yung term na? Alam mo yan? The subsidiarity principle in local government. Subsidiary ng provincial government ang municipalities. So, as a subsidiary, pwede siyang humingi ng tulong from the higher level. And the next higher level is the province. So sana may upward movement, no? Na ang province diretso sa region or even sa national. Ang munisipyo sa province, and then hopefully the province helps them papuntang regional and national. No? Kaya yung dialogue, yung conversation, lalo na sa beyond the annual budget, sana maagang magsimula para ma-process pataas yung need na hindi ma-fulfill ng annual budget ng municipality, baka pwede ma-cover ng province o ma-complement. Yan yung services na pinag-usapan kahapon, mental health services. Hindi naman pwedeng bawat munisipyo may mental health professional. No? So it might be a provincial role. So yung mga ganong usapan, that should be happening. And yun yung beyond the annual budget for the municipalities. May added layer na pwede silang lapitan. Next slide. Ngayon, tingnan natin sa general fund, no, ng LGU. You have in the general fund an LGU health budget. Simulan natin doon. Yung appropriation for health, which is actually, pag tingnan mo yung accounting, hindi lang yan health. Ang title niyan ay Health, Population, and Nutrition. Kaya nasa budget ng health, ang population budget and yung nutrition budget. It's HPN. Tapos may iba pa within the social sector budget. Pero, kaya kung tignan natin yan, local health, yung health budget, it actually encompasses that. Kaya madalas, yung population officer, yung MNOW, under sa health officer. Pero kung minsan, under siya sa MSWDO. Yung population. Kung minsan, stand-alone si nutrition. Kuminsan stand-alone si population officer. Pero ang budget source niya lahat, HPN, Health, Population, Nutrition. Ang tawag doon, regular appropriation. Now, it will cover, usually, under Section 17 ng Local Government Code, primary care, reproductive health, family planning. Although, kung tingnan mo yung family planning na nakalagay siya sa social welfare. Alam niyo kung bakit? Yung PAPCOM nung time ng Local Government Code was under the SWD. Kaya nung nag-usap-usap, itong family planning, saan ba dapat ito? PAPCOM, DSWD kayo, nilagay sa section on social welfare. So, pero, ngayon, it's all, kasi HPN naman, Health, Population, Nutrition, it's all under health. Kaya, maternal child health, AY, SRH, yung nutrition under DSWD rin yata yan, if I recall it. Pero lahat sinasama na natin ngayon doon. So, usually, may proseso ang health, hindi lang nabanggit dito, yung MIPH. Gumagawa ba ang mga munisipyo, no? Municipal Investment Plan for Health. Yung LIPH is the whole province, for one, no? Pero under LIPH, you will have Provincial Investment Plan, Municipal Investment Plan, and City Investment Plan. Gumagawa pa ba kayo, no? Well, yung LIPH is done by municipality, city, and province. Di ba? Tama ba? O sino gumagawa ng LIPH ngayon? Lahat kayo. Kino-consolidate ba yun into one plan ng province? Kasi kami nag-invento niyan noon eh. Sa DFH, ang tawag namin dyan, MIPH, PIPH, at saka CIPH. Pagpabasa inyo, ang LIPH na lang lahat. Pero by LGU talaga yan. Ngayon, ang role ng province, if you are a component city, a municipality is, the province will consolidate that into a PIPH, Province-Wide Investment Plan for Health. And kung tingnan nyo yung Universal Healthcare Act, there is also a province-wide health system. We need to make the link between yung LIPH na ginagawa ninyo sa buong probinsya at saka to the province-wide system. And yung LIPH is 3 years. Kasi yun yung term ng mayor or governor. So you present it at the beginning of the, iba nagsaset ng agenda ang governor and mayor pagka first year, pagka upo nila, no? After election, yung 6 months, gagawa siya ng agenda niya. Doon dapat pumapasok ang LIPH. Because what is your LIPH if you do not put it in the general fund? Diba? Saan nyo ginagamit ang LIPH? Right now. Plano lang siya. Pagka magawa, tatabi. Do you ever think of funding the LIPH? Fine. Nakita ba, may matrix yan, di ba? May Excel file. The funding, ito yung program, KRA, ito yung PPA, ito yung unit cost, yung kailan mo gagawin, and then sa dulo, funding source. Do you ever put it under general fund? Kasi dapat, yun ang proseso yun. The LIPH has to be submitted, MIPH, PIPH, to the Sangguniang for funding. Remember, the MIPH at PIPH is by year. Year 1, ito. Year 2, ito. Year 3, ito. Ito ang key result area. Ito ang gagawin sa year 1. It's a complete plan. Ngayon, kaya ako binabanggit yan because sa dulo nakalagay LGU fund. Kung wala si LGU, you go to other sources. Pwedeng province, pwedeng DOH, pwedeng nandito naman sila, UNFPA, pwedeng Zwelig, no? Whoever ang fund. Pero the first funding source is the general fund. Yung hindi mo magawa, hindi mo mapondohan sa general fund, no service yun. No? You have no budget. So, dun mo ihaharap sa other funding sources. That is what you should do with your regular appropriation. So hopefully, yung LIPH becomes an active document. Buhay na dokumento yan dapat eh. Because you took effort in writing that, di ba? Anong components ng LIPH ba? Yung mga PPA, and then you have a human resource plan, you have ano pa ba, referral, yung different facilities, yung staff, yung HRH is very important, ang human resource for health. Dahil doon makikita ng LGU yung kailangan mong staff. Lalo na ngayon, universal healthcare. Iba ang staffing need under UHC than it was before. You need YACAP, which is operating 8 to 5. Dapat may doktor doon. Eh paano kung si MHO ay tinatawag kung saan-saan? Walang service. Hindi na po look at your health service as gusto ito ng mga mayor as an enterprise. Kasi may income kayo. If you are not there, you do not get the income. If you do not have a pharmacy, you do not get the income from gamot, which is 20,000 pesos per patient per year. Sana mapopondohan yung maintenance meds ng lahat ng senior citizens. Diba? But if you do not have the proper staffing for that, if you do not put it in your plan, kahit na, let's say, year 1, isang doktor, year 2, o sabihin mo na lang, mas kikita kasi yung laboratory. Year 1, hire a medtech, get a pathologist para sa lab, buy initial medicines. Year 2, get another doctor. Pwede mong i-kuhan yan over 3 years. And you can do it rationally kasi kakausapin kayo ng sasabihin nyo, gusto natin, mayor, governor, na fully functional ang ating health system to take advantage of universal healthcare. Yung hospital, we need this kind of equipment. Kung hindi, pupunta sa Albay ang mga pasyente, mapapagastos pa sila, magagalit pa sila. Ba't yung hospital walang gamit? Yung mga ganong klase yung kan. So, but there is this opportunity. Look at it as a way to provide the service na one-stop lang na hindi siya kailangan maglipat. May binanggit ako kahapon. Ang trabaho ng LGU is to make your constituents more comfortable. Comfortable ba kung pupunta pa sila sa Birac? Hindi dyan. Sa ospital ng Birac or San Andres or somewhere else, Pandan, hospital. Iba-bypass yung RHU dahil wala kayong Hindi ba hindi siya komportable dahil hindi naman niya kilala yung doktor sa ospital. Kilala niya yung MHO. Kilala niya yung mga midwife, yung mga nurse. No? Kung mas matindi ang sakit niya, saka siya pupunta sa iba. So that's why it's so important na yung mga gusto mo mangyari in your office, ipasok mo sa regular appropriation. And you have to defend it. And may system sa health. Yung LIPH, MIPH, PIPH. Ngayon, may iba pa. Let's go to 20% development fund. Usually, ang alam ko nung nagsimula ang local government code, pinag-uusapan yan in the third quarter. Tama ho ba? Wala kasing budget officer dito eh. Kasi yan yung it's actually development fund. Pero alam ko, it is not development fund. It is the pork barrel fund. Tama ba? Yung mga special project ng mga taga-Sanggunian, special project ng mayor, na wala sa regular appropriation, doon pumupunta. Tama ba? Pero alam na mga MPDC, PPDC, yung 20% na yan is supposed to be funded to come from the LDC, Local Development Council, di ba? Kaya development fund ang tawag dyan eh. So, yun lang. I know the reality is different. So, from that, usually construction, infra, waiting shed, basketball court, di ba? Waiting shed. Sa Rizal, ang mga waiting shed, letter Y. Sino yan? Anyway, yun lang. But sana magbago yung kan. It should really be for development. Kaya nandiyan yan, 20%. So, meron ding Dream C, LDRRM fund. 5% set aside. Unspent balance becomes a trust fund. No, yan. Diyan pwedeng kumuha ng funds for MISP, gender-based violence support, maternal care, nutrition in emergencies. No? Diyan kukunin yung budget for that. So yung content no, dapat nag-uusap yung Dream C at other services, di ba? Let's see that. Doon papasok yun. So hindi mo kailangan lahat ilagay sa regular appropriation. Yun lang ang ibig sabihin yan. Dapat may share kayo dito, yung social programs. Meron ding 1% NTA for LCPC. 1% for child protection. Tama. Ngayon, you can also look at child protection as a way to address adolescent pregnancy. Lalo na yung below 16 na pregnancies. Yung adolescents who need support, yung tawag doon, social protection, because they cannot get a job. Yung binanggit ko kahapon ba na ang problema ng batang ina ay siya ang caregiver ng anak niya at iba pang kapatid. At hindi siya makabalik sa eskwelahan. So, I don't know, baka pwede maging source din yan ng support. So, pwede rin yun. Next, you have the God budget. Ito, unfortunately, hindi ito tunay na pera, di ba? It is attribution. So, yung mga existing budget, tinatag nyo as God. But it can also be a way, kung yari, God budget ng DSWD, pwedeng ibigay sa adolescent mother, yung part of it, di ba? Para yung support mo for, or to set up a desk on gender-based violence, no, you can use that. So, anong kailangan doon? Ano ba yung pinag-aralin nyo kanina? Yung tinuturo nila Doc Dory? Yung mga may hat, tama ba? Thinking hat, mag-negotiate ka. Yun, kaya mahalaga yun. You need that skill. Kakausapin mo yung kapwa department head mo o yung technical staff, mag-uusap. Pwede bang i-cover mo ito? Kasi kulang na ang regular appropriation ko. Next, ano pang mandatory? SK Fund. Yan. 10% of the barangay. Saan kinukuha pala to? Sa NTA ba? Ng barangay, hindi ng munisipyo. So si Kapitan ang may say dito. So, yung 10% na yon, sana hindi gawin lahat para sa basketball to? Liga, uniform. Think about other pwede mag-support ng BAUSI, adolescent youth, and sex education. Pwede silang mag-contribute sa education, sa schools, no? Material, etc. Yung may impact sa kanilang pa. Tapos, LCCAP budget, climate adaptation. No? Magkano ba yan? Regular, pero walang percentage yan, ano? So, it's regular appropriation. Sino yung office na gumagamit ng LCCAP? Menro? Penro? LCCAP? Wala. O hindi regular item. Hindi regular. NDRR din. Yung climate adaptation. Alam din nyo na may National Survival Fund ba yun? Under CCC? Na pwede kayong humingi ng project, funding? PSF. So, nakakuha na ba kayo ron? Panda nang nakakuha. Alam mo, karamihan ng LGU nakausap ko, hirap na hirap makakuha ng pondo ron. Maswerte kayo at magaling siguro kayo. Nakakuha kayo ng funding doon. Magkano nakuha nyo? Wow! Kasi alam mo kung magkano yung fund na yon? It's 1 billion pesos. Tapos, nung kausap namin yung CCC, hindi raw nagagamit. Every year na doon lang. Walang nag-claim, walang nagsasubmit ng proposal. Mahirap ang compliance. Na-liquidate na ba niya yung 86 million? Mag-i-start pa lang. Okay. Pero powable naman yan. Sanay na kayo sa POWA. Basta what you do is powable, then you're fine. Pero maswerte kayo. Isa kayo sa konting LGU na nakakuha rin sa Survivors Fund. So, aside from your regular appropriation, yun yung ginawa ng pandan. They went out of the budget and got it from PSF. So ano yung mga special funds na yan? Hindi rin binanggit dito yung PSF, no? Pero for health, may special health fund. Etong fund na to was actually originally yung health fund, trust fund yan, no? Which was created nung time nung nag-start ang PhilHealth so that yung lahat ng income ng PhilHealth papasok as a trust fund. Ngayon, under UHC, it has become a special health fund. However, kung tanungin niyo yung COA, there can only be one trust fund in an LGU, di ba? And you have to get their permission. Ngayon, yung special health fund is not in the local government code. So may konting issue, but I think pumapayag na yung FOA, but you have to go through FOA to use it. Ngayon, and also the mayor, ayun, that's another issue. Pero yung special health fund, doon papasok yung, tingnan natin dito sa site. Usually yung galing sa DOH, galing sa other assistance, pero ang mahalaga ron at pinakamalaking item, yung PhilHealth income. So it was actually created nung time na wala pa ang universal healthcare. So, pumapasok doon yung capitation fund noon, yung consulta fund, yung income from delivery ng mga lying-in, yung MCP, maternal care package, meron kayong family planning income, doon papasok. Lahat ng mga other income from PhilHealth ngayon, ang tawag doon SDG related, family planning, etc., no? Yung maternal care. Pero ngayon, under UHC, meron kayong yakap. Meron kayong, well, yung maternal outpatient care kasama na yun sa dati. Pero yung yakap, yung gamot, those are new funding sources. And you have to enroll your constituents. Ang tawag doon, empanelment. So kung hindi mo ma-enroll, makukuha siya ng ibang provider. Actually, sa ibang probinsya, ang kalaban ng mga munisipyo ay hindi. Provincial government. Kasi yung provincial government, sa ibang lugar, di ko alam kung ginagawa ni Catanduanes, magme-medical mission sa isang lugar. I-enroll nila lahat ng pasyente sa yakap. So, taga-Pandan siya, nag-medical mission doon. No? Tapos, so na-enroll siya ng hospital. Pumunta kay doktora. Tapos, enroll kita sa yakap. Pagtingin mo, hindi na pwede dahil naka-enroll na sa hospital. Hindi mo na pwede ka. Yet, sa iyo pupunta for yakap, for medicines, di ba? For maintenance. Sa iyo pupunta. Hindi naman siya pupunta sa Virac, sa provincial hospital, di ba? Pero kung may pamasahe siya, ilang oras ang biyahe? 2 oras, 4 hours. So, yun yung nangyayari sa iba. Kasi yung mga hospital nag-put up ng yakap. Pero I think may bagong order ang PhilHealth na bawal na magyakap ang hospital. So dapat bumalik sa inyo. Because hospitals will get a different package from PhilHealth. For consultants, yung cardio, etc. They will have their own package. Yung primary care, pang RHU. And pwede rin private clinic in your area. May requirement na 30 kilometers radius. Hindi ka pwedeng mag-enroll kung more than 30 kilometers away. Alam ba niya? So, ang provincial hospital, di na pwede mag-enroll ng taga-Pandan or somewhere else. Pero hindi ko alam kung ginagawa ng hospital yan. Ginagawa ba ng hospital? May taga-hospital ba rito? Wala eh. Narinig natin si Dr. later. But, so you have those two sources. Ngayon, yung income from yakap, sabi nga ni ma'am, hindi naka-detail how you will spend it. But clearly, the yakap money, which is 1,700 per patient per year, pupunta sa consultation, pupunta sa laboratory exams, tapos may hiwalay na gamot package for which is 20,000. But you have to have a pharmacy or a contract with a pharmacy that has the 80 plus na gamot, no? 80 yun? Ay, 21 sa konsulta, pero may merge yun. So yung konsulta, pwede kayo magbigay talaga sa RHU. Pero you can expand to gamot. Kaya lang, magpapa-accredit yung pharmacy. License lang naman ang kailangan, di ba? And pharmacies. Yun yung staffing na kailangan ilagay ninyo sa general appropriations. Either contract of service siya, pwede naman yon, or full-time na plantilla. But yung assurance nyo, you have this flow of resources coming in. No, ito yung external source. Next na sa ilalim, ano pa yung national health programs, yun yung pumapasok sa, ito yung binibilang ninyo sa LIPH. Diba? Ito yung mga, tingnan natin, immunization, RH commodities, TB, HIV, yan yung binibigay ng region. That is in your LIPH, di ba? So, ang mother document niya, LIPH. Pero hatiin mo yung general appropriation, yung external, itong special health fund. So actually, marami sana kayong sources. But you have to exploit them all. Next, sa ilalim, trust fund. So usually, ang mga nagbibigay ng income, dati nagbibigay ng pera ang WHO for malaria. Pero bang malaria dito? Wala na. Na dumediretso sa MHO. Pero bang malaria? Wala. So, dati nagbibigay ang WHO diretso, tapos diretso sa bank account ng MHO. Noon yun. Pero ngayon, ang requirement trust fund. So, anything else that comes, you know what, ang mahalaga sa trust fund, may guidelines dapat yan. You should not have a trust fund without guidelines. Yun yung sinasabi nyo, how it will be spent. The money from the trust fund can be only spent for these purposes and pwede lang siya sa PS, hindi siguro. MOE, pwede siya sa infra, nakalagay doon. So, dapat may guidelines ang trust fund. And as I said earlier, all trust funds have to be approved by COA. Cannot have a trust fund that is not approved by COA. Kasi ang COA, inaalam lahat kung nasaan ang pera natin. Kung ilagay mo yung pera sa trust fund, tapos hindi na nila matrace, magagalit ang COA sa inyo. Nagtatago kayo ng government money. That's why they have to know trust funds. Next slide. May question ba? Wala. Ngayon ito, sa palagay ko, ang isang mahalaga sa trabaho natin. Yung human development, as we have been discussing, covers so many areas. Yet kayo, you are working by department. No? So how do you integrate your PPA in the AIP? Kasi nakakita na ako ng AIP eh. Ito yung sa health, ito yung sa walang connection sa isa't isa. Basta lang pinagsama, kinat and paste. Hindi nag-usap ang mga department, ito sa mission ko, ito na, AIP. How can we avoid that? Kasi nakita natin in the past, yung ginagawa ni health na social determinants, nandun din sa population, nandun sa education, nandun sa agriculture. So, how do you avoid being in silos? No? Because the program for human development should benefit all. And lahat sila sana mapondohan ng AIP. No? So, ano yung mga areas na yan? For our purposes, health, social services, no, yung mga PPA na yon, youth development, DRRM, population development. How do you put them all together? Dun sa Camarines Sur, nag-recommend ako na mag-create kayo ng human development program to be ordered by the chief executive. Na sinasabi, pagdating sa human development, you will have an integrated human development plan. Tapos yung indicator niya, 3 lang. Health, access to health services. Education, no? Lifelong learning, lahat ng bata sa school. And third, instead of income, food security. No? So dapat sa food security, employment ng women. Because women, if they are employed, if they are part of the labor force, they contribute to the household income economy. And women in their participation also contribute to human development because they make decisions like, for example, hindi na ako mag-aanak or i-space ko yung anak ko. No? Yung mga ganong decisions go into that. So, what you might want to do is set up a system, pero kayong gagawa nito, recommend to your mayor, that the next time gumawa siya ng AIP, pagdating sa social sector, meron kayong integrated approach. In budget terms, ang tawag doon, convergence budgeting. So you have one goal, human development. Anong contribution ng, for example, ng youth sa health, sa education, sa food security, no? Garden ba? May club yung sa agriculture. Di ba sabi nila lahat ng farmer ngayon 56 years old or older? So, pwede ba mag-participate ang kabataan sa agriculture? Maging young farmer? You can think about things like that. Pero nasa inyo yun to develop that. As long as you address those 3 key human development indicators in a way na yung hindi kayang gawin ng population, gagawin ni DRRM, Youth, Social Services. Hindi kaya gawin ng health, magko-contribute yung iba. That way, magiging cohesive ang plan. Kung minsan you do not even have to increase your budget Yung kailangan ni health, pwedeng gawin naman ng ibang department. Yung targeting ng communities, pwede kayong mag-converge in one community. Di ba yung approach ng Purok Kalusugan is ang 3 komunidad o barangay. You can do that, work together on that. So that you deliver all the human development services in there. Kung sila ang, kasi may mga barangay, for example, na nandun lahat ng malnourished, nandun din ang food insecurity, nandun din ang poverty. Di ba? Sabay-sabay yan kuminsan. Alam naman niya yan Kasi consistently, top-notcher siya sa sa timbang, Oplan timbang, ito yung mga top na malnourished na barangay. It's an indicator na doon kayo dapat tumutok. And you will find that also, not only in the Oplan, but also in your CDMS. Kung naka-dashboard yun, makikita mo anong mga area. So, it's an opportunity for all the departments working in social sector to converge. So, yun yung idea. So, I already have a draft ng executive order. Pwede kong pahiram sa inyo. Nasa inyo, this is how you will actually actualize, operationalize yung principle ng human development, covering itong areas. So, at least it could be a beginning na hopefully pagdating ni Mayor sa Friday, makumbinsin natin siya. Kasi wala nang double overlapping ng trabaho, pare-parehong target, pare-parehong binibigyan ng ayuda, na wala namang focus, hindi naman based on data or population. Next slide. So how do you fund it? No? Having put it all together into an integrated plan in your AIP, no? What you have to do is number 1, maximize what exists. No? Siyempre, ano yung current na funding? PS, MOE, pero yung MOE pwede mong baguhin na You can focus on other activities, other programs. Tapos make sure, para hindi magtanong yung sanggunian, pagtanong, para ano ba yan? At ito yung legal basis niyan, which we went to yesterday, di ba? Bawat program may legal basis. May connection to a national, local, or even regional policy. And because you are maximizing your resources, you have a mandate, pwede siyang ilagay sa AIP para makonvince ang sanggunian. And kung magtanong pa siya, bakit dyan mo gagawin yung activity, gamitin mo yung FHSIS, CBMS data, other data sources, data ng education, no, data ng barangay, para sabihin, kaya kami nagpa-prioritize yan dahil eto. Next. Yun. So you will go to the sanggunian with all of that. Hindi ko alam gaano ka-stricto ba ang sanggunian. Mabait sa iba, mahirap sa probinsya. Pero if you follow this process, hopefully, hindi naman sila irrational. Hindi po, ayaw lang namin. Ayaw namin. Ganun. Tapos, i-track mo, of course, ano yan, plan, budget, execute. Yan. Sa execution, track. And mobilize partners, track and monitor, of course, and mobilize partners. Kung minsan, if you have a good plan, ay yung naka-Excel na ganon, with nandun kung kailan mo gagawin, what is the unit cost, anong, maglalagay ka lang ng remarks column, accomplished or not. That's how you monitor it. Diba? If you have that in one plan, yung LIPH for example, or if you have an integrated human development plan, ganun lang yung spreadsheet. Next slide. Tapos, now that, hindi ko alam, it's a bit late na, no? For 2027, may pagkakataon pa ba? Right now, if you want, kung meron na kayo nagawang plan, kasi I'm almost sure nag-budget call na, no? Sasubmit kayo sa sanggunian by October. Yung AIP tapos na. Although, sabi sa akin ni Roel, yung AIP pwede naman baguhin. Pero hindi ko alam kung lahat ng... May mga iba ayaw baguhin yung AIP. Kasi next year ka na. Pero magandang idea kung pumapayag na supplemental to hopefully you will be able to do that. So before pumasok sa sanggunian sa October, para may output na tayo sa human development next year, may pasok na yung mga PPA with a source. Malaman kung ano yung funding gap ngayon with the plans that you have. And then, try to put it into the AIP. Kasi hindi popondohan yan kung wala sa AIP. So, kung magagawa yon this year, for 2027, great. So, papadala ko sa inyo yung draft EO ng Mayor Governor. Next slide. So, just going back, itong mga streams, no? SRH, GBB, MISP, population, pwedeng masupport ng maraming funding sources. From regular to mandatory to external sources. And they can even come from convergence from your own fellow departments. No? So, kung minsan, nandyan ang resources, hindi ginagamit ng communities or they are not going to the communities na kailangan. That's why you use data. Population-based data. Hindi yung historical data, di ba? Kasi yung pumupunta lang sa health center, yung nandun sa poblasyon at yung malapit na barangay. Beyond that, pababa yung attendance sa health and other services. So alignment leads to utilization. No? And finally, use data, collaborate, kayong mga iba-ibang departments, and with the support of your local chief executive through good governance, we will have better human development in the coming years. Maraming salamat. Magandang umaga.
Doc GP, may question po.
Yes, ma'am.
Doc, yung fund for disability, paano kaya natin ma-maximize?
Ang problema natin, walang mandatory, di ba? I think
Sa
dapat
Magna Carta po, 1%.
nakalagay ba?
1% yan.
Hindi natin nalagay yon. Dapat ilagay natin.
Pwede naman siguro, Doc, kasi may
1% ng budget.
budget.
Ngayon, although, kahit may ganung mandatory, na 1%, pero I would imagine yung mga different departments, dahil yung accessibility issue is not only in health, education, iba pa. No, kahapon pinag-usapan natin learning disability, di ba? So, I think mandatory in your own departmentalized planning na makover yung vulnerable populations na binanggit kahapon. Starting with women, children, persons with disabilities, IP pero wala, LGBTQ. They should be mandatory part of it. Kahit may mandatory na line, but we can include that for your but they should be in every plan. Ngayon, pagdating sa PPA, kanya-kanya yan by sector. For example, sa health, nakikita ko yung mga ramp, no? Napagkahaba-haba. Yung mga hospital, may ramp ba kayong... Yung iba nilalagay sa labas ng building eh. Kung mataas ang hospital, nakikita ko yung ramp nasa labas. Pero yung mga ganong access, basically access issue for BWDs and recognition ng mga ibang situation nila na dapat specific to the disability, di ba? Kasi either, usually nakikita natin yung physically evident, but there are other disabilities. Mental health is one issue na hindi evident, pero kasi behavior naman yon. So, try to cover all of that in your plan. Remind na lang, just remember yung vulnerable groups that we all have to cover. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Doc, yung any idea po regarding sa PS cap limitation, kasi po, pagdating sa municipal level, parati kaming problema sa PS cap, so hindi kami makaka-create. Ngayon, sir, narinig ko sa inyo kanina, dapat nakalagay sa, maano sa GAA. Baka bigyan niyo kami ng idea, kasi since kulang din kami ng pondo, maski gusto namin mag-create, wala namang fund, paano ba ang sistema or process
To
na
avoid
magkaroon kami ng fund na mapunduhan yung ano namin?
yung staff.
Oo, na kailangan. Thank you.
Yes, better than that, I will send you the local budget circular issued by DBM, I think 21 or 22, after lumabas yung Mandanas, where they say na waive ang PS cap in health, pero I think it should also go for the other devolved departments, pero very specific siya for health, as long as provider, meaning doktor, nurse, midwife, kung admin staff, hindi covered, hindi siya exempt, hindi siya waived ang PS cap. It's only for the providers. Midwife, nurse, medtech, mga gano'n. Magkagaling sa regular appropriation. Kaya kailangan yung MIPH mo ay malinaw na if you, kasi mandatory, for example, to have a licensed laboratory, you need a medtech. Baka yung iba sasabihin, 3 medtech. Actually, isa lang pwede na. Kasi ilan lang naman ang services sa lab. Na ilan? Hindi yung totoo. Isa lang. Padala ko rin sa iyo yung circular. Depende yan sa region ko minsan eh. Yung lying in, ilan ang required na midwife? 12 daw yung birak, ano? Ang dami nun. Pero usually, baka pwede, basta may dedicated na midwife, siguro 4, pwede na para may But it's your con. But kung minsan excessive ang sinasabi na kailangan. But I will send you the circular salary cap and exempted from the salary cap. This is after the mandanas. Before mandanas, hindi kayo exempt. Pero ngayon, exempt. Anyway, reminder, sabihin sa akin ni Cindy yung mga prinamis ko. Pero nandun na yan eh. Pinas-on ko na dati sa Samar at Leyte lahat yan eh. So alam na nila yan. Ano pa ang question ma? Empanelment? Sana. Ang problema nga, ganito yung requirement sa empanelment eh, ng constituents. Kailangan makita ng doktor. Dati ang ginagawa, barangay health worker sa barangay or health worker lang, pero hindi wala yung doktor. Now they require na may doktor and it should be done in the clinic. Kaya yung ibang mga LGU, sabi, sige, dadalhin namin ng sabay-sabay yung taga-barangay A, dadalhin namin sa health center, sabay-sabay, gano'n. Para lang may panel. You have to see the doctor. And yung pag-upload, problema ba? Di ba may mga provider, pero magbabayad ka lang ng 100 pesos? Oo. Nagkontrata ba kayo ng on your own? Oo. Nagpa-function ba iClinic sis? Lahat kayo gumagamit iClinic sis? Okay. Yun ang preferred ng DOH, of course. Pero pwede rin yung may mga iba yung ano yun? Wireless Access for Health. Yun. Pwede yung LGU rin gumawa ng Tarlac galing yan. Wireless Access for Health. Tarlac ang gumawa nun. Kaya medyo health-oriented yung mga iba. Yung iClinic is of course DOH. Kaya. So, may Starlink ba kayo para hindi kayo madadown? Baka kailangan din. Kasi di ba kailangan may check sa PhilHealth? I-check mo online yung pasyente. As if hindi mo naman kilala yung pasyente. Kilala mo. Kailangan mo pa i-check online. Anyway, yeah. I hope you're successful sa yakap. I think kailangan nyo. Kasi lahat ng pera, alam nyo, napupunta sa dialysis, sa hospital-based care, na sana kayo na lang mag-manage bago sila mapuntang hospital. Para mabawasan ng burden ang PHO. May question pa? Kung wala na, maraming salamat. Magandang umaga.
Sige, thank you so much, Doc JP. So, ready pa po ba?